Me in here. Where's Sammy at? Shit. Oh, she's not in my contacts. I have to add her to my. Sammy, there you go. Okay. Let me turn my backgrounds on really fast. Hi.
Should be good. Hello.
Hi, how are you, hon?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for coming over. Right, my name's Megan. Thank
Hi,
you for
Megan.
coming over and talking with us
Sure.
this morning. I really appreciate it, and so do the people of TikTok.
Yeah, happy to do it.
I just sent Sammy a message because I don't usually use this account. So she'll be joining in just a second. Let me get my backgrounds up really fast.
Okay.
We'll just do. Yeah, we'll just do a black background for this.
Can you guys see me?
No, we do not. We see your name and your profile picture.
Okay. Hang on. Clay, they can't see me. They just see the.
Yeah, you got.
Right, then I don't see them. There we go. Okay. Now I don't hear her. Clay, hang on.
What?
I was
Now
on
we've
mute,
lost.
honey. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Don't go far, just in case. Can you see me now, Megan?
Yes, I could. Hello there.
Awesome. Hi.
Hi. Okay, here's Sammy. Okay. You guys go ahead and share this live out. Let people know that it's time. I did try to contact OG Sammy. I believe she's still sleeping.
Hi, Sammy.
So we'll see. Let me turn the comments off really fast. That is by request. A lot of comments. Okay.
Okay. So, Dave, thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate it. I know you are a busy, busy man. So today, there were just some questions about the program. As I explained to you, there's some things going around about the program. And so I just thought we would get it clarified by the man himself. So, first, I think I would love for you to just explain a little bit about yourself and how you started the program.
So my name is Dave DeRocher. I'm the CEO and co-founder of the Other Side Academy. And, you know, obviously I haven't always been the co-founder or CEO of the Other Side Academy. I was a drug addict for well over 27 years. And I'm now 21 years removed from the lifestyle. And I had done a 2-year prison term, a 5-year prison term, a 6-year prison term, and a 10-year prison term. So I was the guy that was just the drug addict out there selling drugs to make, you know, to support my habit. And treatment.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I know that you're new to TikTok, and there are certain words that we will get flagged for and violated for. Could we use the word rugs instead of the real word, because we could get in trouble for that over here.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
You'll
it's a
have to give me
TikTok thing. I apologize.
You'll have to give me some pull-ups because I have no idea.
Okay.
So I'll take your direction. I'll try my hardest. So
Well, everybody just tap the screen then while he's speaking, okay?
After my fourth prison term, I got in trouble again, and I got the opportunity to go to a place called Delancey Street. Delancey Street is in California. It's a 2-year therapeutic community. It's the only place a judge would send me, and an empathetic judge finally sent me to Delancey Street, and he suspended 22 years over my head. I stayed in Delancey Street for 8.5 years. Why would anybody in their right mind stay for 8 years in a 2-year program? And the reason for that is because I could. And what I mean by that is, today, when you think about treatment, the average length of stay is 30, 60, or 90 days. And the first question they ask you when you get there is, how much money do you have? Then your length of stay is contingent upon the funding source. So you have to leave on day 30, day 60, or day 90. And we wonder why we can't solve societal ills and we can't help people with these issues is because the model's broken, and it has been for decades, and nobody seems to be calling it out. So Delancey Street was 2 years long, but I got to stay a third year. Then Mimi Silbert, the president of Delancey Street, asked me to stay 5 more and then asked me to run the LA facility. So here's a guy that was a drug addict for many years, spent his life going in and out of jail and prison. Now I'm in charge of a 250-person facility, world-renowned therapeutic community. Delancey Street's known around the world. And it was the greatest honor I could ever have been bestowed upon me was getting that opportunity. Then when I left Delancey Street, some folks reached out to me from Utah and said, would you be willing to come to Utah and help start a replication of Delancey Street? We have a lot of treatment facilities here. We are having very little success because the model's broken. I mean, I want to make sure that we touch on this. When you think about the model today, one of the first questions they ask you when you get there is how much money do you have? And then like I said, you have to leave the day the money runs out. Nobody is ready. No person who's suffering from this, I'm trying to make sure I use the right words. No person who's suffering from this type of a problem is ready on day 30, day 60, or day 90. There's data all over the place that shows the dosage effect. The longer you're in treatment, the better your odds of success. But we don't fund long-term treatment. It's fascinating that anywhere in this country, we don't fund long-term treatment. We're funneling billions and billions of dollars into these treatment facilities, and people are leaving and they're failing 97% of the time. Treatment facilities have a 3 to 5% success rate. So what happens is when you leave, what we're doing is we're creating and we're actually developing a treatment-resistant population. They go to treatment, fail, go to treatment, fail, go to treatment, die. Go to treatment, fail, go to treatment, fail, go to treatment, fail, go to treatment, die. Nobody wants to call this out. Now the country's starting to pay attention, and they're realizing that as the problem gets worse from coast to coast, the reason why it's getting worse is because the model's broken. Not the people that work in treatment. They're incredible. They're angels. All of us that are in this space are, right? But the model's broken. It's too short. You can't honestly expect somebody with 10, 15, 20, or 25 years of a certain behavior to change in 30 days. Anybody who believes that's possible needs more help than that person does. So the Other Side Academy is 30 months long. Residential, life skills of vocational training school. 2 ways you can get to us is walk right through our front door, and we're going to go for a walk. I'm going to show you. Walk right through our front door, which is open 24/7. Students are coming and going right now as they please, walking through the front door. That's the bench right there. You can walk in, take a seat on the bench. That's the front desk. Tell them that you want an interview, and we will interview you right now. We take you right into this room, and we interview you. And if we accept you, you start today. And it's completely free. We don't take any money from the government. The city, the county, the state, the federal government, rich mommy and daddy, Medicaid, nothing. Which is exactly why it works. So it's long, it's structured, it's free. You can walk right in 24/7, take a seat on the bench, ask for an interview, or you can write us a letter from the county jail. And if you write us a letter from the county jail, like I did in California, we'll go to jail and we'll interview you. If we accept you, then the judge can send you to us in lieu of a very lengthy prison sentence in many cases. This happens to be break time right now, and that's a lot of the students that are in the house. Can you guys see everybody? Yeah. So that's just some of the students that are here. So that's kind of my story and the story of the Other Side Academy. I'd love to open it up for questions. I can't hear you.
I do have a question, right? The last statement you said was funding, how you don't collect any money from the government or the state, rich mommy, rich daddy. So how does this place get funded?
Yep.
How do you guys support this
So-
facility?
This right here, that is our organizational chart. Our moving company is the #1 rated moving company in the entire state of Utah. We have 2 thrift boutiques. When you think thrift store, think Goodwill or DI. But our moving company, our thrift store, our construction company, and our warehouse, our storage facility generate the revenue. That way, the students, when they get here, are working in the social enterprises and they're paying their way. Because we have to remember, if you came from jail and you're sitting in jail, who's paying for you to be there?
The state and the government.
No, you are the
The
taxpayer.
taxpayers. The taxpayers. Sorry,
Yeah.
the taxpayers.
When I was going to jail,
Yeah.
the taxpayer was feeding me, clothing me, housing me, right? Taking care of my medical. When I'm in prison, the taxpayer is paying for it. When I go to a treatment facility, the taxpayer or Medicaid is paying for it. When you come here, you do it yourself. Isn't that more important? I broke my life. Shouldn't I be responsible for fixing it?
Absolutely.
So the reason why we're so successful, and I'll walk you over here. That's just kind of one of our graduation boards, right? With the graduates on there. If you stay at the Other Side Academy for a minimum of 30 months, you have a 76% chance of remaining DCE, drug-free, crime-free, and employed. If you stay, and all the students here that are in gray, right, are in their 3rd, 4th, or 5th year, staying of their own volition. They want to stay longer because they know they need more time because change takes time. So if you stay longer, right, you can stay as long as you need to. That's the beauty of the model, is you don't have to leave on day 730, which is 2 years. You don't have to leave on any particular day. You get to stay here as long as you need to, as long as you're a contributing member, you're positive, you're helping others, you're contributing, and you say, I want to stay longer, you're welcome to. Because we're not charging them to be here, and we're not attached to a funding source. Those who stay for 3 years or longer have an 86% chance of being DCE. Those who stay 4 years or longer, it's in the high 90s. It's fascinating. The longer you're in treatment, the better your odds of success. But when you think about treatment today, it's 30, 60, or 90 days. There's only a handful of places in the entire country that are 2 years or longer, and they're the ones that have the highest success rate because of the length of stay.
Right. So it's fair to say that your students wake up on a daily and go to work and be productive citizens in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
right.
here's what we do. If you want to teach, and I want to walk out there, you're gonna love this. I haven't told anybody we're gonna be on the call, but if you want to teach somebody to live in a healthy community, how do you do it?
Put them in a healthy
You
community.
replicate a community. That's all this is. So walk with me. We're gonna have some fun. Deal?
Yeah. Let's have some fun.
I love you, Dave.
Did I tell you guys we'd be talking today on this? Okay. What is your name?
Jesse,
What is your name?
Jessica,
How long have you guys been here?
almost 10 years.
5.5.
10 years and 5.5. Why did you stay?
Because I love who I've become and I want to be a part of something that gave me that opportunity and I see where it's going.
They're both now staff members. And when you came here, did you know you could be a staff member, or did you just come here to change?
I came here for relationships and to try to change.
And then they stayed 3, 4, 5 years, and then we hired them. Now they're full-time staff members at the Other Side Academy. Logan, come here.
Really
How long
quick,
have-
Dave,
Yeah.
can you put the camera back on the gentleman with the hat?
Yes. Jesse.
Yes.
There.
I love your hair.
Thank you. Me too.
Yes, I love your hair as well.
Let me tell you something though. Before I came, because where I was in my head, when I found out I had to cut my hair, I almost went back to prison over doing that because I was like, oh, the control, for something that grows back. That's just how bad I had it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great hair, Jesse.
Thank you.
Logan, how long have you been here?
I'm about to start my 4th year
He's about to start his 4th year. Why did you stay?
because I need some things I'm still working on.
He needs some things. Can you leave if you want to?
Absolutely. I have the choice to leave right now if I wanted to.
Matter of fact, a couple years ago, he came and he was here for 18 months and he split. Went out there, got into a toxic relationship, and then it took us a year to get him to come back. And then he came back and he's now been here for 3 years and he's asked to stay a 4th year because he knows he needs more time. But he can leave anytime he wants. Those doors are open 24/7.
Thank you, Dave.
You're welcome.
More questions, Megan?
Yeah, I would like to ask about the haircut. Could you just explain that to us? Why, or is it true that when you accept your students, they do get haircuts? People are telling us that it's identity stripping.
So let me walk you over here. Here is
Do they shave your
all-
head bald? Do they shave your head bald?
We don't have anybody here. Take your hat off. Right? That's the shortest we'll allow them to go. He's been here for 2 years. He cuts that on his own, right? We don't shave anybody's head. We do not. Of course, I'm the executive director and the CEO, but we don't shave anybody's head. When you come here, if you have long hair, we're going to ask you to cut your hair to look respectful. But it's not going to be. No one shaves their head. Nobody. Everybody. He's a staff member, so he can have long hair. But here, watch this, you guys. Can you see these 4 guys?
Yes.
Can you see their hair?
Yes.
How long have you been here?
3 months.
How long have you been here?
Like a month.
How long have you been here? They've all got hair. We don't shave their heads. We ask them to look respectful. And all of them have hair. Did we shave your guys' heads?
Yeah.
We didn't shave yours.
Oh, shit, no. Buzz cut.
Right. Well, but they've all got hair. But if you come in with long hair, we're going to ask you to, thanks guys, we're going to ask you to cut it to look respectful.
Okay, so
Because you do have
clarifying
companies
that.
that they work for, and you want them to look respectful.
Right.
Yep, that's all. Yeah. And those are new students. These guys, these have only been here for, that group right there for a month to 3 months, and they've all got hair.
Perfect. Megan's the one asking the questions, Dave.
Do you mind if I bring OG up, Sammy, or no? Would you rather OG stay in the comments?
Why?
She just is in my box. If not,
Yeah,
it's
no,
fine.
I honestly would rather not because
Okay. Yep.
this is just Dave explaining
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
program, and the agreement was you were going to ask the questions. So
Yep, absolutely. I'll be more than happy to do that. Can we talk about the hours and the slips and what is being called as a punishment? From my understanding, this is a peer-ran program, and your peers keep you held accountable for the things that you either say or don't say. And if you don't report on your peers, then you get hours. And if you do report on your peers, you get hours. And those hours, from my understanding, are accumulated. And then what happens is that your students are to scrub walls and floors for 24 hours at a time.
Not true. So, sometimes I wonder where this stuff comes from.
I was wondering that myself, Dave.
Clay, have you ever had to scrub floors for 24 hours at a time?
No.
Have you ever had to scrub floors or walls for 24 hours at a time? No. Robert, have you ever had to scrub floors has anybody, no, how about this? Has anybody ever had to scrub walls or floors for 24 hours at a time?
No one's had to scrub floors 24 hours at a time.
And I can't make this up. These people, did I tell you guys we were going to be doing this today?
No.
I can't make this up. Well, whoever's saying this, we should be having them on a call questioning them because it's just not true. Somebody might get community service. There's consequences here, just like there's consequences in life. If you steal a pair of socks, if you're flirting with the women or the men, or if you're doing something and you're breaking a rule, there's consequences. And what we say is here, the consequences are you lose some free time. In the real world, you lose your freedom. Have you ever had to scrub walls or floors for 24 hours at a time?
No.
Has anybody?
No.
So you might get 2 hours of community service. You might get 6 hours of community service. You might get more than that, but you're not going to do it all in 20. No, we're not going to keep anybody awake for 24 hours. Of course not. It's a normal work day. So I don't know where that's coming from, but there's no truth in it at all. And I think there was some talk about somebody had to escape.
Yes.
There's probably 6 different entrances and exits. I'm just walking outside right now and soaking everybody else. We can just, there's no gates. You can walk right off the property. You can come and go as you please. There's the beauty of this model is it's voluntary. We don't ask anybody to come here. They'll write a letter from the county jail. Can I see a stack of letters, please? They'll write a letter from the county. Here's a whole bunch of letters from the county jail. People going, hey, this is my name. I'm in the county jail again for the 28th time. My life's a mess. Would you guys be willing to interview me, for acceptance to the Other Side Academy? And we'll go to the jails and we'll interview them. If we accept them, then the judge can send them here. And the judges respect us tremendously. And we're probably one of the only places that they'll send someone who's been arrested 25 times because they're not going to send them to a treatment facility. It's not, thank you. It's not long enough. So, it's completely voluntary. Or you walk in and you take a seat on the bench and you ask for an interview. But, if you come here and you decide you want to leave, there's the door. You can leave anytime you want, 24/7.
And Dave, can I ask?
Yes.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
So it is my understanding that the acceptance process is based on if you believe they're serious about getting help.
Who just did that?
Somebody said
back.
something.
You just put a hat on me.
Oh, they're giving you gifts, Dave.
That's pretty cool.
You guys, thank you all so much for being kind to Dave. Dave, can you explain us a little bit about what the acceptance process is? What would make you not accept somebody, and what would make you accept somebody?
Hard stops are sex offenders. We can't take sex offenders. This isn't the place, and everybody deserves to feel safe. And we have actually had conversations with the state, right, on what it would take to start a therapeutic community specifically for sex offenders, because they deserve a chance to turn their lives around as well. This just isn't the place. Aside from that, it doesn't really matter what your charges are. We've got a lot of people here who had violence in their background. And here's the fascinating thing. Brandon, come here. Here's the fascinating thing. Are you guys ready for this?
Yes.
We've been open now for 10 and a half years. Brandon, how many acts of violence have been at the academy?
0.
How many threats of violence?
0.
How many drugs on the property?
None.
We've been open for 10 and a half years. Every single student is on adult parole and probation. Stephanie, come here. How many dirty drug tests have we given to adult parole and probation?
None.
0. There's no drugs in this facility. It's because of that peer-to-peer accountability. Thanks, you guys. That peer-to-peer accountability, because we call each other on our behaviors. It is the safest place in the entire state to come. There's no drugs here. No violence, no threats of violence. Never has been. And there never, I want to say never will be. I mean, anything could happen, right? But it hasn't happened in 10 years. That's a pretty good track record. So much so that judges across the state send people. Why would judges send people here if we weren't effective? Why would people walk in on their own? What's that?
I can vouch for that. My judges send people there.
Yeah, judges send people here because they see the results. And if you've got a facility here, and this is the org chart, right? There's 190 people on that organizational chart. Let me share something with you that's going to blow your hair back. Are you ready? This is all the students. In orange, that's me at the top, right? CEO. Chris, Sharon, and Robert Davalos, they're all graduates of Delancey Street. Between the four of us, we have 35 years of experience in the therapeutic community world. Everybody else, homegrown talent. These were all previous students now working at the Other Side Academy, full-time employees. Are you ready? If you work here, you live here. You guys, I live on property. I'm here every day, 7 days a week. This isn't a 9-to-5 job. Think about a treatment facility. What time does the therapist punch in the morning?
9 a.m.
What time does the therapist punch out?
5.
And then they leave the population with somebody with 90 days of sobriety to babysit, and you wonder why they're failing miserably. Here, we all live here. Every single one of my staff members, we live here. We're here 24/7, helping raise this population through this process. If you come to my desk every day at 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm here. Conversation after conversation after conversation after conversation with the students. I get more done before 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning than most people do all day. So just think about the commitment. Think about the commitment of my staff living on property. Let me do this. You guys introduce yourselves.
Hi, my name's Leticia.
My name's Clay.
How long have you guys been here?
8.5 years.
Where do you live?
We live across the street at the PJ.
And what do you do for a living?
Work here.
Save lives.
Save lives, yeah.
And how many times had you got arrested, Leticia, before you got
40
here?
plus times.
40 plus times. Clay, how many times had you been arrested?
30 plus times. Tried multiple different programs. Nothing worked but this place.
Leticia now runs our legal department. She heads up the legal department, works with DAs, public defenders, judges, sheriffs, families, scheduling all the jail interviews. You name it, every aspect of the legal department. She probably put most lawyers to shame, right? Representing the students on Zoom calls with judges. Clay is here. He runs our corporate development, and he's got his hands in about 1,000 other things, including social media and so many other things. But anyway, the moral of the story is they live here on property. If you want to work for the Other Side Academy, thanks you guys, and you have what it takes, you have to be willing to live here. Because that's what it takes. This is not a 9-to-5 job. This is 24/7. And the reason why our success is so high is because of that.
Do you mind if I ask a question really fast? With the peers holding the peers accountable, it is being said that in group, right, the peers are screaming and belittling the other peers, and that's how accountability is being held. Could you just go over that a little bit?
Hitting. It was said that they hit each other also.
And they hit each other as well.
Okay. Hey, ladies, come here. Do you ladies have to go to groups?
Yes.
Are groups effective?
Yes.
Why are groups effective?
It's real and raw, and they tell you about your behaviors. It's not personal attack. It's based on your behavior.
It's real, it's raw, and they tell you about your behaviors, not personal attacks, talking about behaviors. Has anybody ever hit anybody?
No, never.
I can't make this up, you guys. Here. Stephanie, do you go to groups?
Yeah.
Why are groups effective?
They are probably the biggest instrument of change because you get to hear how other people see you and you get to hear how you're affecting them and what your behavior looks like, not only for yourself, but for everybody else in this house.
Biggest instrument of change because you get to see how you affect other people. Isn't that fascinating?
It
Who
is.
better to call you on your behaviors than your peers? Has anybody ever hit you?
No,
Has anybody ever hit anybody?
no.
Wherever that's coming from, it's just not true. I don't know where that's coming from. Groups are the backbone. Peer-to-peer feedback. When you really think about it, today, here's one way to think about it. Lots of people go to college to get a degree in social work, and then they get a degree and they think they understand this population. They've never been a drug addict, never lived on the street, never been to jail, never been to prison. What could they possibly know about me after 27 years of drug addiction and 4 prison terms? Who do you think would be better to help me? My peers who have been there and done that, or some therapist who has a piece of paper slapped up on the wall and thinks they understand me? We wonder why treatment fails miserably because that's the model. You wonder why we have such a high success rate? Because peers are telling each other the truth because they love each other enough to do so. If you love people, you tell them the truth. One of the reasons why we can't solve societal ills today is because the narrative is, oh my God, you can't say that. You can't say that. That's shaming. We can't say the truth. Dave DeRocher was a drug addict and a drug dealer for 27 years. I had 3 kids I didn't raise. When I got to Delancey Street, they called my ass on the carpet. They told me what a lying, cheating, thieving, manipulating, drug dealing, gun running, out of control criminal I had become. They told me the truth for the first time in my life, and I took it to my pillow and thought, holy cow, they're right. And then they said, not only that, we love you enough to show you how to do things differently. It was the most liberating thing I've ever been through. Instead, you can sit in front of a therapist that goes, how do you feel today? Why do you feel that way? Here, take these. You'll feel better. We're medicating half this population and wonder why they don't get off drugs. So I could go on forever about the model, right? But I think you guys get it. You get my point.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm on clear understanding when this information was first being released. I went and researched your website and read, and I understood exactly what was going on. So my mind was made up days ago that this is a good place, that you guys are there for the people to become, right? The people on the streets that they were, when they go into this facility, they become a new person, and they have to let go of everything in their past. Their hair, they're who they are. That's not who they are when they come into your facility. You are identified as a drug addict, as a thief, as a criminal. So to identity strip, you have to become a new person to move forward and to grow and be a bigger, better person. So I thank you for doing this. I appreciate you.
Megan, I so appreciate that. Here's the thing to remember. We're so concerned in this country about getting people clean and sober. Let me share with you. If you just take me in the heat of my addiction and you lock me in jail for a year in isolation, I'm in a cell by myself for a whole year. What am I?
The same person.
Yeah, I'm clean and sober though. No drugs. I have no human contact. So I'm clean and sober for a year. What do I do the day I get out?
The glasses.
Because
back to the streets.
I go right back because nothing's changed. So getting clean and sober is not the answer. Whole person change is the answer. Because if you've been arrested 25 times and you're in jail, you're not going there for singing too loud in the church choir. You're breaking into people's homes. You're stealing their identities and running off their credit. You're accosting them in the street. You're dealing drugs. You have some serious, serious behaviors to address. Getting clean and sober doesn't address the behaviors. Whole person change changes those behaviors, and then you don't go back to drugs. We just do it differently, and that's why we're so effective.
Dave, I have another question. Does everybody have access to medical care?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Hang on.
Thank you, Sami, for that.
Yep. Come on.
Yeah.
I have a whole department just for that. Oh, Tori's not here. Sharon's here, though. Sharon, can you tell them about our medical department? And does everybody here have, the question is, does everybody here have access to medical?
Absolutely. The majority of our people are on Medicaid, and Tori is very good at navigating all that. We get people in that are of age to get colonoscopies and regular checkups and stuff like that. Our people come in having not taken care of themselves for a long time, so we understand that and we tackle it. Tori's amazing at
even dental. So it's obvious with drug addicts, right? We have a whole department just for dental, and we have some private donors, and I don't tell a lot of people this, that donate a considerable amount of money so that we can get our students in to get complete mouth makeovers. Sometimes complete, because that's what it's going to take. Sometimes they got to pull them all and replace all of them.
So they get new teeth?
They do. Yep. Yep. Thanks, Sharon.
So, let me ask a question really fast. Mental care, right? You guys don't have anything on your facility that provides any kind of mental care, but they do have access to go to the doctor to be treated for their mental situation.
Yeah. Nobody here needs mental health treatment.
Okay.
If you need mental health treatment, this isn't the place. If you need medication and you have true diagnosis, then we send you to the Village. Now, the Village, you've probably heard of the Village, the Other Side Village. It's 38 acres of land on the west side, and I'm going to walk you outside right now because I want to show you something. That church you can barely see across the street belongs to us. We've got construction going on. That mansion right there belongs to us. And that apartment complex in the back, do you see that apartment complex under construction? That's for the Village. Yeah. If you have severe mental health issues and physical disabilities, we send you across the street to the prep school, and you'll stay there for a while, get your medications in line, get off drugs, get stabilized, Once you graduate from the prep school, then you go over to the west side, to the village, and you get to pick your home, and that is your permanent home forever going forward.
Thank you for
And we realized-
clarifying that.
What's that?
Thank you for clarifying that.
Yep. So we realized a number of years ago that there was a portion of the population that we were unable to help at the academy, and that is people with severe mental health issues or true diagnosis, not made up diagnosis, but really that do have diagnosis. And then we traveled the world, and we traveled the country. We went to Spain to visit La Fageta. We went to Italy to visit San Patriano. We went to Austin, Texas to visit Community First. These are tiny home villages for folks with severe mental health issues. And we decided, you know what? We can do this. And everybody told us that you can't do it. There's no way you guys can do that. We said, yes, we can. Not only are we going to do it, but we're going to do it differently than everybody else. And it's going to be a clean and sober neighborhood. So I reached out to Mayor Mendenhall 3.5 years ago, called her, asked for a meeting. We met. We told her what our plans were and what we wanted to do. And she got us 38 acres of land at $1 a month for 40 years. I'm going to cover that. And we now have 50 homes on properties out there. We have the community center there with a medical department, a pharmacy, a dental department. It is world class. People are coming from all over the world. The first 8 acres are done. The apartment complex is almost finished. In the next 3 or 4 years, we'll have 450 tiny homes for our chronically homeless brothers and sisters. And if the government can't do it, we will. And we're going to help solve homelessness.
Good for you.
You guys, everybody in the chat, I just wanted to tell you that one of my best community partners in this state for my probationers is Dave. He is very passionate about this program. I'm very passionate about this program. I feel like I'm going to cry. So when somebody came onto this internet just bashing and lying about this program, I took it very personally. And that is why I asked Dave to join us today to clear up some questions and to explain the program to us. And I hope that everybody in the chat, I know the chat is not open right now, but I hope that everybody in the chat is seeing what I see in this program, because this program is amazing. And the person that's going around bashing this program, all I have to say is you fucked up. Because this is an amazing program and you could have succeeded. But you cannot lay around on a couch expecting to do nothing all day like your typical 12-step programs. This is not a 12-step program. It was explained. It is explained to everybody before they go. And the thing about it too is Dave flew that person out within a couple of days to get to this program, because that is what they do. They will pay for the airfare to get you to this program, because this program wants you healthy. They want you clean and sober. They want you drug free. They want you to be successful in your community. And if you're not ready to do that, this isn't the program for you. And I'm sorry that a certain person did not succeed in this program, but I wish you the very best, and you'll never find another program like this, especially one that's free.
Sami, thank you. And you guys, this whole thing just kind of made my point. When you think about the person who's doing this, now that you know the truth, now you can see the lies. That's the very thing we address here, is that kind of behavior. Had that person stayed long enough to learn to tell the truth, to learn to have integrity, to learn to be accountable, none of this would be happening. But that person still suffers from all of those things, which means they're probably going to end up going back to the same lifestyle again because they haven't changed those behaviors.
Facts. Megan, do you have any more questions for Dave?
I think I'm good. I think I asked.
Dave, I don't know how much time you have, but I think at this time, would you be okay with us opening up the chat? Maybe some people in the chat might have a few questions. I know we can't keep you very long, but maybe just a few questions from the chat that maybe we didn't address. Would that be okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Chat, I'm going to open it up.
Though, Megan, no boxes, please.
Yeah, no boxes.
Okay.
Chat, I'm going to open it up. Mods, please get ready. No rude questions at all, and please
No disrespect.
Yep. Please be respectful for your questions. He's here talking and educating us. So go ahead, chat.
Are people allowed free time or to live off site?
People are allowed free time, but they don't live off site. It's a residential program.
Okay. Clay, he did address the success rates, but maybe you weren't here. Would you address the success rates really quick again, Dave?
Yes, if you stay the minimum 2.5 years, 76% of the people are DCE, drug-free, crime-free, and employed. Those who stay 3 years or longer, it's 84%. Those who stay 4 years or longer, it's in the high 90s. But there's another piece to that that's important. If you've been arrested 25 times on average, you have a 100% recidivism. I don't care if that 25 arrests happened in 3 years or 10 years, you have a 100% recidivism. If you come and you do the 2.5 years, that 100% recidivism goes to 12. 88% of the people do not recidivate. Some might start drinking, some might smoke pot, right? But they stop recidivating. Think about the amount of lives and the amount of money we've saved the state when people stop recidivating. Those who stay 3 years or longer, that recidivism goes into the single digits. It's absolutely incredible. So 76% of the people at 2.5 years are DCE, drug-free, crime-free, employed. 84 that stay 3 years or longer. And it's single digits that stay 4 years or longer. Plus, we have graduate housing across the street. These are the workouts right now in the graduates that are living on property. We do something that nobody else in the entire world does. Let me ask you guys a quick question. Wouldn't it make sense if you went to treatment and the day you finished treatment, the day you finished 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days, that next day, that treatment facility had a full-time job for you? Wouldn't that make sense?
Absolutely.
How come they don't do it? None of them do. No treatment facility has job placement. How come?
I'm
Because
overwhelmed.
they can't.
I'm sorry.
Because they can't. Because if they started sending people over to Martinez Construction 6 months from now, when they call Martinez Construction, Martinez is going to go, no, thank you, because the last 7 people you sent us stole all of our tools and started using in the bathroom. Treatment facilities don't place people in employment. 100% of our graduates, these are just some of my employers. There's about 70 companies here. 100% of our graduates, whether you stay 2.5 years, 3 or 4, we have full-time employment for you the day you graduate. We are not going to put you on public transportation. We are not going to put you on a bus. You're not going to be on tracks. I hand you the car keys to a vehicle. We give you one of our vehicles to drive to and from work. Think about that. Show me another treatment facility that's going to put their drug addict after 30 days of sobriety into one of their cars. That drug addict's going to take it and sell it for a half pound of dope. Let's just be, anyway, they're going to take, they don't do it because they can't. We can. We literally, I have a whole fleet of vehicles for our graduates to drive until they've saved enough money to buy their own car. Like I said, we do think, and some of these companies, Saunders Construction, Grand America Hotel, never used to hire anybody with a record. They'll now hire our graduates. Mark Miller Toyota, Ralph Smith Trucking, Burbage Concrete Pumping, great paying jobs.
Right.
Copper Hills Youth Detention, right? We have people working in the youth space. Rocky Mountain Steel Services, Thrive Recovery, lots of recovery programs our graduates will go to. Hughes General Contractors, Perfection Landscaping, Midwest Flooring, the Altar Club. There's great companies that hire our graduates. Why do they hire them? Because they have such a high success rate with our graduates. That by itself should tell you everything you need to know. We have a whole slew of companies that hire our graduates.
Dave, one of the questions that was being asked, I'd like to address really quick because it was something that was said, is what happens to their personal belongings and their phones when they come in?
When they come in, we can't hold everybody's stuff, so we tell them, you either donate it, we throw it away, or you send it home. You know, they can't have a phone here for obvious reasons, right? That's why there's no drugs here, because they don't have phones to call the drug dealers. But we tell them, you can send the phone home, you can throw the phone away. What would you like to do? But usually what I do with their phones is we'll hold their phone for a week. Because if they want to leave, right, sometimes most people when they leave will leave in the first week. If they want to leave, we'll give them their phone back. But we don't have storage facility to store all their stuff. So we tell everybody when they come here, bring nothing. Just the clothes on your back, that is all you need. Don't bring a duffel bag, don't bring a backpack, bring your ID, some type of identification, and that is it. If you don't want your phone thrown away, leave your phone at home, right? Don't bring anything because you can't keep it here. That's all. And if you do bring it, we either donate it, throw it away, or send it home.
And that's told to them when you interview them, correct? Okay.
Yeah, I can go pull pull their file right now, and you can see the piece of paper where they sign it. They sign to donate their clothing, or they sign to send the phone home. They sign what they want done with their personal belongings.
Great.
And then now, may I ask a question about the phone calls? It was said that 30 days phone calls are not allowed until you get your 30-day mark, and then there was an individual that said it was his 30-day mark, and then he was told that he was not able to call his family because he was too family dependent, and that he wouldn't be able to speak to his family for the next 2 years. Could you just kind of walk through those phone calls and what are the...
Once you've been here for 30 days, every program has a blackout period. Once you've been here for 30 days, after 30 days, you can start writing home if it's a healthy relationship. So many of my students got high with mom and dad. Mom and dad got slammed heroin with them at 14 years old. It has to be a healthy relationship. Otherwise, we are going to tell you, you're not going to have contact with mom and dad if they're currently using. Are you crazy? You know what I mean? So after 30 days, you can write home. After 90 days, you can call home. At a year, you can have your first in-house visit, and then every 90 days thereafter. It's very structured. And what we want our people to do, these aren't kids. These are adults. And these are adults that have been stealing from their families their whole adult life. Every time they go home and mom and dad opens a door, they steal their jewelry, they steal their chainsaw, they steal whatever they steal. These are people that need to learn to stand on their own 2 feet and become adults. So yes, we allow contact, absolutely, but it's going to be in a healthy way, right? We want you to learn to stand on your own 2 feet, become independent adults, and no longer need your family, right? Right? Get a job, go get the apartment, be an adult. That's what we're teaching people to do.
Right.
Do you have any more questions, Megan?
I think I'm okay. I think...
And there must have been something in the chat that I didn't see because you turned it off. So I appreciate that if it was disrespectful.
No, it just, the chat was going quite fast and I got overstimulated with it. So I was just to turn it off. But if he has a couple more minutes, maybe.
Okay. All right. There's a lot of support in the chat, Dave. There really is a lot of support in the chat about how, people wish that this kind of program was in your state. Hippie Sarah, this is in Utah. This place is in Utah. There's also one in California. Dave, what is the one called in California?
No, so Utah, there's only 2 other site academies. Utah is headquarters, and we scaled the model into Denver 7 years ago, May. So it's been exactly 7 years. We have 80 students in Denver. So
I thought it was California. Sorry.
In California, it's Delancey Street.
Oh, Delancey. Okay.
Right.
Yes, and that's where you were, Delancey Street. Okay. I'm trying to look through. Yeah, you guys, no boxes. Nobody's coming up. Please. Let's see.
Looks like a lot of positive comments.
I'm here for it. Nobody's coming up in a box. I'm sorry. There are multiple platforms streaming. This needs to be made way more aware. Let's see. I don't see any more questions, just a lot of support. So Dave, I know you're super busy, so I think we'll let you go. I really, really appreciate you coming up and talking to everybody and clarifying some things and helping me get the truth out there about the Other Side Academy. It is an amazing place. You all know, if you know me on here, I have talked highly of this place many times. I have offered to help a few people get into here. At this point, I'm afraid to offer help to people because of what's happened. But I've decided, you know what, I'm not going to let one person ruin it for everybody. So if there is anybody that is serious about getting some help, please reach out to me and I will put you in contact with Dave. And I'm sorry, you guys. My little sister died from a drug overdose, and I just wish that this would have been available to her. And I make it available to my people. And Dave, I appreciate you so much. You are doing such an amazing thing in our community, and I just appreciate you so much.
Thank you, Sami. I appreciate you too. And Megan, thank you. And everybody on the call, thank you all for being here. And just know going forward that we're here. And if anybody needs help, please feel free to reach out. We'll do the interview over the phone, no matter where you're at in the country. And if the family can't afford to get the person here, we oftentimes will foot the bill.
Do you mind if I ask you one more question, really fast, and then we'll let you continue on with your day? There was things said in a live previous to this one that somebody was trying to escape because her lawyer called her, right? And then did you state that you have your own legal department? And what does that look like if they're in jail, right? Do the court has to be informed if they come to you from court, you guys report back to the prosecutor, the judge, the lawyers, things along that nature, right?
Yep. Yeah, if somebody writes us from jail, we'll go do the interview, and then that person will get an acceptance letter, and then they can take the acceptance letter to their prosecutor and their public defender, and then those two can talk about it, and then ultimately the judge has discretion, and the judge can sentence them here rather than jail or prison. So we're a really viable option as an alternative to prison, which is huge, right? And judges aren't going to send this population to any place other than here because every place else is so short. Then we stay in constant contact with the courts. If somebody splits, we let probation know. Matter of fact, our probation officer, they love us so much because we don't give dirty drug tests that we only have one probation officer for the whole group. That's how much they trust this program because we police ourselves. And that probation officer is welcome to come here 24/7. We even give him a little space in an office to work out of. Matter of fact, I probably shouldn't say this, but he's going camping here in 2 weeks, and a whole slew of students are going with them. So AP
Nice.
to be together. That's the relationship we have with AP&P.
And Megan, if you remember, he walked us over and showed us his legal department.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That was just to get a little bit of clarification.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Megan, do you have any more questions?
No, I think I'm okay, honey. Dave, thank you so much for coming over here and speaking with us and explaining your program and helping us understand the truth and what it really is. I appreciate you.
You're welcome, Megan. Thank you. I appreciate you too. Sami, thank you, my dear. I appreciate you.
All right. Thank you so much, Dave, and I will talk to you soon.
Okay.
Bye, baby. Have a good rest of your day.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay. Well,
Sami, how do you feel?
there you go, you guys. Megan, do you want to drop Dave?
Yeah, let me turn the comments on and I'll go ahead and drop him. Absolutely. Okay, there we go.
All right. Yeah. So there you go, guys. That is my friend Dave, and that is the program. And I hope everybody now can see the truth. Because that is the truth. He walked you around the whole program. He talked to students. We all can see, that somebody is running around this app just lying because they didn't want to do the work. That's the only thing I can say is they didn't want to do the work. I think they were just looking for a place to kick it on a couch.
Hide. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Maybe get some medication. I don't know, but they weren't serious about their sobriety. That's for sure.
No, absolutely not. And it's sad, right? The comment said it. The comment said it because if said individual, right, were to work this program it could have benefited him tremendously.
Absolutely.
Tremendously.
Absolutely.
And he chose not to because he did not want to put in the hard work to better himself. And that's all there is to it, you guys.
Would have had an amazing life. They do have,
Yeah.
I mean, you saw there was one gal there, she's been there for 10 years, and that's the thing. They won't kick you out. If you continue to do your part and do the work, they're not going to kick you out. These people are healthy. There was one thing I forgot to ask him to show you guys, but they have their own garden there. They grow their own stuff. And I had it in my head to ask him to show you guys, but something else was talked about and I forgot about it. But yes, they have a garden there and they grow their own stuff. So, it is an amazing program.
Yep.
So does anybody have any questions for me? Who said that place is twisted? Who said that?
Let's not.
Yeah. It's probably you know who and his buddies coming in here on sneakies or something. We just saw the truth. So
Yeah.
I won't, Leslie. I absolutely won't. So I will be more selective on the people that I help, especially, from this app. But when somebody calls me in the middle of the night, and says, hey, this person is wanting some help and it's the middle of the night, you're thinking this person is serious, it's the middle of the night and they're wanting help. So
Absolutely.
So yeah. Oh, somebody said, Leslie, have you changed your mind now? Oh, was Leslie being negative about it? You guys, I think with what was said, it was scary with what was said. It was scary what was put out there about the program. Like, oh my gosh, is this really happening? But you all just saw it. So, you can come to your own conclusions, and it still might not be the program for everybody, and that's okay. That's okay. But it is an amazing program and I love it. So, there's nothing easy about getting clean. They need structure. Absolutely, Ruby Red.
Well, and that's what it takes, right? You have said individuals that are in and out of jail and in the system and in rehabs and all of that, right? You have to put in the hard work and release everything that you were, right? If you guys want to call that identity stripping, then call it what it is. But you cannot go into a program being somebody that you were and expect to succeed in something if you're still that same person.
Yeah. Let's see. And Leslie's right. It's what I just said too. Some people, it's for some people, and it's not for some people.
Yep.
So, but I love how he explained in the beginning. The rates, the recidivism rates, and the rates of success in treatment in other treatment centers. And this man has been doing this for many years. And you heard his story before. He was a crook.
And I'm glad that I'm glad that he came up here and showed who he was, right? Because I didn't know that part about him. So for him to be that person and to go through what he went through back in California, and then to be offered to be a CEO of a company because he worked the program and it actually works, and all the people that he is helping, he's absolutely an amazing gentleman in my eyes.
Yes, me too. Yeah. And I just saw somebody say there's multiple negative reviews about the program. I'm sure there is. I'm sure there are many people just like our friend on this app that have nothing good to say about it. But you have to look at those people were not willing to change. Those people were not willing to put in the work. Those people are not willing to change their life, and that's on them because they're going to continue to do what they're doing, and they're going to continue to get the same outcome that they've always gotten. So that's on them. Exactly, Megan's extension cord. And what the heck is it with that name?
They're trolling me. They're a nice troll. I used to have Christmas lights, and I used it as my extension cord. They're in the holiday time, so they make fun of me for it.
Yeah. Anyway, I saw somebody say, is Blue welcome in here? I don't care if Blue comes in here.
Yeah, and nobody is blocked on this account except for the fake troll account, and that is why I'm on this account, because it is an open platform and we need everybody to hear this information.
They did address the mental health OG, and they have a different house for mental health.
Yeah. And you guys, when Sammy's done talking about this, I will end and I will download this live and I will upload it to my YouTube for the newcomers who want to watch it from the beginning and listen to themselves on any information that they have missed.
Yeah. Casey, no, he never said mental illness is made up. No, he never said that. No, OG, that is not what was said. He never said that.
Well, and there it is right there. But Blue said they don't believe in mental health. Now he did. He walked us through and he showed us the mental health side of the facility. If it is true and if you need medication, there is a place that you can get treated. And when you're treated and well and better, then that's when you move back over to the sober living. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's right across the street.
Yes. And it is still their facility. They still run it. They just house them in a different place.
Okay, let's not pick at what he said. Okay, you guys could accept it or you guys cannot accept it.
Yeah, go rewatch it.
Yes, I will open boxes on my other account. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I don't have to be to work until noon, so I would be happy to go into the other one too for people that have questions, Megan, if you want to.
Okay, sure. Then let's go ahead and end this live, and I'll download it and I'll go live on my main account, and we'll finish having this discussion.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, thanks, Sammy.
Thanks.